up, YouTube? It is your boy JB. I'm here tonight with the review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season finale, episode number 18, and the episode was titled Winner Takes All. So this video is late because I was out doing some Uber Eats, so better late than never, as Candice and Riley Tucker says. So yeah. And also, it is officially your boy's 30th birthday. So today is lucky number 30 for me. So without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and just jump right into the video. All right, guys. So the episode, it started, we saw Scrappy. He and Bambi were having a party. They're having a launch party because, you know, Scrappy he has this record label. I forgot the name of it. Commission something with a C. And Bambi has her hairline, Shimmer something, Shimmer, you know, because you have talking about Shimmer, so I'm assuming it's something with Shimmer in it. So then we see Chicana. She was talking to, I know it was her, it was Kendra, and it was some other, who else? I think it was Sierra there, and I can't remember who else was there. But, you know, she was talking about what happened at Rashida and Rashida's mother-daughter brunch, and how Carly came to the brunch and she had, you know, took the lie detector test to prove that Pooh was lying. And Kendra was like, you know, lie detector test can't, you know, you can lie to a lie detector test. And, you know, then Kendra says, you know, speaking of Carly, you know, Cena came to me and told me that Carly told her that Jock was, you know, messing around with Sharonda and some of the other styles. And then Chicana was like, you know what, let me nip this in the bud real quick. So Sharonda told me that, but what Sharonda told me was that Jock was flirting with the girls in the shop, and I went back and told Carly, who then went back and ran her motherfucking mouth to Cena, who then went back and ran her mouth to Kendra, and like we said before, it was a game of telephone, and the message got distorted between, you know, senders. So Kendra says, you know, Bambi was there as well. I forgot. So Kendra says, you know, because Chicana was telling her what happened when they were at the salon echelon. And, you know, she was talking about how Jock, you know, went off on, and, you know, he started throwing shit. And she said, that man still loves you. And, you know, Kendra, like, I still love him, too. You know, I'm living in a hotel room, and I wake up in a bed by myself every morning, and I don't like doing that. But she said, I just had to put my foot down. So then we see Rashida and, you know, Kirk. They were over there playing on the craps table with Mama D. And they asked Mama D, like, yo, where's Scrappy at? And she's like, oh, you know, he probably off somewhere in his head. And I'm like, why would he be in his head? But then, you know, Rashida and Kirk do find Scrappy. And I'm like, you know, Kirk like, this is your party. And I had to come over here to find you. Like, you should be living it up and having a good time. Like, what's going on, Scrappy? And, you know, Scrappy just tell him that he's in his feelings about his friend Casino, who was in the accident that Scrappy was in. The thing is, with Casino was far worse off than what Scrappy was, you know, because Casino has to go through more surgeries. You know, he just had a harder time than Scrappy did, although Scrappy was the driver of the vehicle. Casino, you know, his life is in complete turmoil. So then we do see a scene where Scrappy does meet up with his homie Casino. Like I said, Casino was far off. Casino said he had to learn how to breathe again. He's talking about all the surgeries that he has to go through. And then he's talking about when it came down to Scrappy, you know, he looks at Scrappy on Instagram and he sees Scrappy posting up with his family, and he looking like, damn, man, my homie, he doing good, but here I am in a fucked up bad position. And, you know, Casino was like, he was just looking for Scrappy. But then eventually Casino tells Scrappy, like, you know, man, I don't blame you. Because Scrappy said, you know, he said, it wasn't my fault, you know, and we both, like, they both were in an accident. They both were banged up. We all know that it was, you know, it was almost like it was a life or death situation with, you know, Scrappy and with Casino. But, you know, Casino just tells him, like, man, I don't blame you. Like, he's like, man, he said, you my brother, I love you, and we good. And I like hearing that. I like to see that. Like, that was good, you know. I don't know the logistics of the accident, who was at fault, but we do know it was a really serious accident. All right, you guys. So, we had the scene where Akbar was in the studio, and we see Pooh in there twerking, and I'm like, ugh, why is she doing this? Her ass is not moving whatsoever. So then Shay Mack is there as well. So, Akbar is talking about how she met up with Spice and how she and Spice made amends with one another and how Spice wants to do a record with her. So while, Akbar's talking about how she made amends with Spice, Shay Mack's like, well, shit, since we talking about making amends with people, I apologize to Carly. Why did she say that? Because Pooh's like, why did you do that? Well, because one, the bitch lost her job behind you. Number two, it was the right thing to do. And number three, she should not have done it in the first fucking place. So that's why she should have apologized to Carly. That wasn't the time or the place, and it didn't have shit to do with her. So the fuck, like, apologize to the bitch. Even though Carly gets on my fucking nerves, apologize to the bitch. So then Pooh is talking about Carly at the Mother's Day brunch, how her daughter, like how her daughter and Carly's daughter got into it, when really, bitch, well, actually it was Carly who started that. Well, technically it wasn't, because you and your daughter was shading her and her daughter, so they just came back, and Carly, she's talking about Carly with the lie detector test, and it was so funny that Akbar V told Pooh, bitch, you too old for the shit that you doing. I'm like, well, god damn, that's sad. When somebody like Akbar V is telling you too old for the drama that you be putting yourself in, that's really, 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 really sad to hear it from somebody as childish as she is, talking about she the queen of Atlanta. That's ridiculous as the fuck. Like, and then Pooh was like, you know what, I agree, I didn't need to let the drama go. Bitch, you been needing to let the drama go. You should have never even brought it up in the first fucking place. So then we see a scene where Akbar and Spice are in the studio with one another. And then Sierra shows up to the studio with them. And, Spice is like, you know what, she wanted to meet up with you to talk to you. I know my accent wasn't good. But, so Sierra basically apologizes for what happened when, they were at the gym with Shay Mack. And long story short, they made up with each other, so they good with each other. So that's pretty much it on that end. All right, so now we're gonna move over to Mimi, Ty, Stevie, and Faith, and we're gonna include Carly in there because she was in that scene with them. So Carly is over at Mimi and Ty's house, and she's telling them about what happened at the Mother's Day brunch. About she took the lie detector test to prove that Pooh was lying. And, I'm assuming this is the first time that Ty has heard all this stuff. And Ty's like, she said that? And they were like, yep, she did all of that. So then, Carly asks, like, so where is Eva at? And Mimi says, oh, she's with her dad. And Carly's like, oh, so things are good with you guys. She said, no, things ain't good with us right now because, Stevie is up to his normal bullshit. He's on social media and he and Ty are going back and forth with one another. And, so yeah, she's talking about how they're going back and forth with one another. So then Mimi's like, let me go and get the laundry. So that leaves, Carly and Ty to talk. So Ty tells Carly, and I don't know why she told Carly this, because Carly got a big ass fucking mouth. But she told Carly that, when it came down to it, Stevie J reached out to her. He wanted her to meet up with him. And she got plans to meet up with Stevie J. I'm like, oh, okay. So then we see Stevie J. Stevie J is at the gym. He's playing, he's shooting hoop. And he says that he's having, since Ty has been back, he's having issues with Mimi. And I'm like, no, you're not having issues with Mimi. You're creating issues with Mimi because you have a problem with the fact that she and her girl, well, actually, the fact that Ty post Eva on her social media. Like, you should be happy that Mimi's girlfriend loves your daughter. But Stevie J is a dick and an asshole, and, we all know that. So, it ain't surprising one bit. So, that he telling her about the issues that he had with her. She's like, you're not even been a daddy to her. She's like, you only come around once a year. And what she's saying is you only come around when it's time to film this goddamn show. And, he says, me and my daughter, we good. And, you should, he told Ty, mind your fucking business. So then, they play a game, look like they played a game of Around the World. And I guess the bet was that, the bet was if he wins, she would have to wear a skirt. I'm like, what? It's his perversion, really and truly. That's his perversion. And she's like, well, if I win, I get a public apology from you. But she ended up beating him, and he's like, oh, I let you win. She's like, no, you didn't let me win, nigga. I beat your ass fair and square. So, back at Mimi's house, Ty shows Mimi the post. She's like, what is this? What is this? And she's like, so I met up with Stevie. You met up with Stevie? What would force you to do that? Like, Mimi, she wants to make peace, but whatever, Mimi. Who gives a fuck? And then Ty tells her, Stevie and Faith are coming over. I'm like, oh shit. We finna get the introduction of Mad Mimi. Mad Mimi. So, Steve and Faith get there. Now, the thing is, because, they bring up the half-ass, that bullshit ass, it's passive-aggressive, Stevie. It's passive-aggressive bullshit. You're right, Mimi. It is passive-aggressive bullshit. And, Faith sees the message, and she's like, so you said that you think this is an apology, Stevie? He's like, it is an apology. She says, Stevie, that is not an apology. If you really needed an apology, I could have, came up with one for you. But this is not an apology. So then, Mimi and Stevie go back and forth with each other. Mimi tells him, it's full of bullshit, Stevie. And, he's telling her he's leaving. Well, you leave, you whack bitch. You whack bitch. You punk bitch. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, here go Mad Mimi. Love me some Mad Mimi. Because, that she gets it all into her chest. You whack bitch. You punk bitch. Get the fuck out of my house. I'm like, okay, Mimi. Ah! I don't know, somebody's going to do it good tomorrow. Roxanne. Ah! Roxanne's going to give it to you. So we're going to move on. Alright, so we're going to move over to Scrap de Leon. So we see Scrap with his business partner, and he has Jock there. What the fuck was that on Jock's head? I was confused, because it didn't even look like it was brushed or combed. It just looked like somebody just threw it on top of his head, and, just took it out the package and just said, plop. There you go, Jock. So it's Jock and it's Kirk there. So Kirk is like, I'm having my grand opening coming up. You gonna come, Scrap? And Scrap is like, I'm moving into my house, so I'm not gonna be able to come. So then we see Shay Max show up, and Scrap is like, do you have a DJ? Kirk is like, no, I haven't got one of those yet. And Scrap is like, whoop, there she is. He was like, I don't really know about that because, I didn't go to Carly's engagement party, but I know at Carly's engagement party that she caused some drama at the party, so I really don't know about that. And Carly gonna be there. And Shay Mack is like, it ain't no deal. It ain't nothing between me and Carla. Like, I can come there. I can peacefully coexist with the girl. It really ain't shit. So then Jock dips out, and, Scrappy is there. And Scrappy looking at him like, why you got the long face, my man? And then he tells him, I got some good news that should lift your spirits up. So then he tells him the good news, and the good news is that, at his party, Kendra told Bambi that she still loves Josh Seal. So he's like, go get your girl. Like, go get your woman. And I guess it's what Jock is going to do. All right, so then we got the Defrost Bistro. So everyone is there. We got Chicana there. We got Mimi there. We got Carly. We got Ty. We got pretty much the whole fucking cast there, with the exception of maybe like Akbar V and Scrap De Leon. So so Jock, he tells he tells Chicana that he wants Kendra back, and Chicana's like, okay, I'm gonna do everything I can to help you get her back. So then we see Ty and Carly, they talking, and Ty says that she met up with Stevie, and basically she's waiting on that apology. And I'm like, Ty, you probably gonna be waiting on that apology for a good minute, So then Sierra joins the other girls, and she tells them that she and BK are going to Paris, and they're like, who? Did you say BK? She's like, yeah, me and BK, we had our issues, but we back together, and every couple goes through some issues. You're right, Sierra. Every couple goes through some issues, but you two motherfuckers cheat on each other. So you want to stay with a cheating ass nigga? I guess so. Maybe she likes it. If she likes it, I love it. So then, they said, well, what about the poo situation? And, she's like, Carly, you introduced me to that bitch, and she ain't no good. But, you kind of rubbing off on me. And I did some digging, and I found out some information on poo. Now, I'm not going to bring it up here, but I will be bringing it up in front of a group setting. And I'm like, but this is the season finale. So what, you going to wait until the reunion to bring this shit up? Like, this is the finale. Like, why are you leaving us at a cliffhanger? Let us know what you found out about Pooh. We all want to know. Inquiring minds want to know about Pooh. Please tell us about Pooh. Like, let us know what it is about Miss Pooh. Like, I was pissed off about that. Like, girl, this is a finale. This is the finale party. Tell us what the fuck you know. But we're going to move on. All right, so then the last thing, we got Chicana. She set up this, I guess, masquerade party, and Kendra's there. Kendra's, unbeknownst to Kendra, Jock is there, and then she looks, she's like, oh, I see somebody here that I do not really want to be around right now. So, long story short, everybody there is the cast. It's her mama was there, and she's like, Mama. And then she turns around and Jock has the box, and he asked her to marry him. And, I was on her Instagram page a few weeks ago, and she said the Robinsons. But then in this episode, like, the Robinsons, because I know that that's Jock's last name. But at this point, are they married or are they still engaged? Because her last name is Robinson, so... Oh, shit, excuse me, y'all. So I was confused, like, what's up with what's good? But, and did she say yes? Because Scrappy told her to put the ring on her finger, but I'm like, did she say yes? Did she say yes? Did she say yes? Anybody out there, did you know she said yes? But that was basically the season. So now we're just gonna move over to the closing of the season, with everybody's closing closing things of the season. Okay, so with the closings, Jock says, he's cutting off all the naysayers at this point, and that he and Kendra are good with each other. Stevie J's talking about how, he never expected to marry his best friend, but when it comes down to co-parenting with Mimi, he and Mimi are gonna work that out. Mimi, her thing is, she's happy with having her girl Ty and her baby Eva. But, Ty is going off to Las Vegas for her second year with the team. And before she leaves, they're spending time together as one big happy family with one another. And she's just focusing on Eva and Ty. And right now, she's not worrying about the co-parenting with Stevie J. Carly is gonna be the bird. She's still a bird, but she said, and which I was hella fucking confused about, but she said that she and Mo, they are still going heavily with proceeding forward with IVF, but they're not going forward with implanting the embryo into her, which I'm like, you can't care. I'm pretty sure you're past. I don't want to say that, but I mean, her age. I just don't. Well, you know what? Stranger things have happened. So, because Janet Jackson was 50 when she had her baby. So, if Janet Jackson can do it, Carly Rae can do it too. But I'm just so confused about this whole abuse situation, which I'm not talking about that. We're gonna move on. Pooh gave her closing, which was bullshit. Spice's whole thing is, she's still trying to cross over into this American market. It's a little bit harder than what she expected, but she's gonna keep going until she provide a good life for she and her kids. Scrappy, all Scrappy wants is another baby from Bambi. Scrap De Leon, he said that he's living a street life alone, and he's just focusing on his kids. And then Kirk and Rashida, bullshit. Mona, let me tell you a little secret. So, we're getting ready to go into season 9 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. With season 9 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, do not come back with the same bullshit with Kirk and Rashida. We better be on something new next season. We better be talking about the Defrost Bistro. We better be talking about something else. We better figure out a way for them to co-parent with Jasmine. I don't want to hear about that bullshit no more. We have been at it for 3 fucking seasons now. We don't need to go into a 4th. But you guys, that was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. So they did show, and also they did show a little sneak peek of Hollywood. Thoroughly looking forward to Hollywood. I'm ready for Hollywood. August 5th. So see you later, guys.